So we move to development mode in the editor by clicking switch to development mode in the top of the screen, and that now displays these plus signs at the top right and top bottom of the screen. That allows us to create a new script. So we press the plus sign and we can add a title. We'll just keep this simple. And we hit save, and that's created us a new script. But this script doesn't contain any screens, so we need to define our first screen. Press the plus sign, and this gives us the various different screens that we can add to a script. We can create a checklist, we can have a multiple choice, we can have a progress page, just simple yes or no. All these different kinds of screens that you've seen in the app have all been built from this from these options here. So let's just do a very simple yes no for this demonstration. Here we could define a conditional expression, but as this is the first screen, there are no other data inputs preceding it, so there is no conditional expression. I'm not going to define the properties because this is just a demonstration. We'll just call it a test. Now that input key is what would be used by future pages if they were using this input as a reference in a conditional expression. And I would write a formula referencing this input key and the outcome to define what that conditional expression might be. And I can also control whether this is a confidential field. If I click this on as confidential, that means that the outcome of this will not be exported to the database. So we use that for personal identifiable information. And we'll just keep this simple as no and yes. And we can add more information there, but at this stage it's not necessary. We'll click save. And that's created us the first page in position 1 for this script. Now, I'm going to hit save for this script now, to save the script. Now at this stage we can see that that script is now displaying in the editor. And however, if we go to the app, we can't see it there. Now, if I was to press publish at the top of the screen here, then that would push this test script, this update of the editor, to the live app. But in a scenario where I want to check whether this test is functioning, then there is an option to go into the application, and here we go into the menu and we select development mode. Now what this does is this switches into development mode, which looks at what has been created in the development mode of the editor. And this gives us a little bit of protection for the live app so that people who are making changes to the editor, building scripts, or making changes to existing scripts can do so in a secure way without affecting the live app, which may be being used in a hospital. And so sure enough, now we're in development mode. It tells us we are at the bottom of the page, and we can see that the script that we've just created to test is available, and there is the question. So we can see that the title is there at the top. We've got the action in the blue, and then we've got the details, the instructions there, the question there as well. And we can select Yes, and then it gives us a the progress button in the bottom right. And as that's the only page in the script, that gives us that we then go straight to the summary page, and we could print this as we did with the admission. But very simply, that's probably the most simple script you can create, but gives you an idea of the functionality for creating a new script.